Anan Cecilia, Apia Abba, Apia Benis, Chumwa, Apungu Samuel Kwesi, Asamoah Mabel Abuajiwa, Asamoah Raphael Jean, Asante Gertrude Nyakua, Asari Adelaide Akosia Adumakwa, Aswa Moke Eric, Avonyo Peace, Ayeko Abigail Ruth, Bading Ajua Ofua, Baula Prosper Balagwe, Bamenzuk Lukman, Benjamin Elizabeth, Bapoy Ellen, Bentel Isaac, Blauji Pierrette, Wampom Beta Wedua, Bole Cynthia, Bole Lucy Aquile, Dambai Cynthia, Dankwa Sandra, Dasa Graham, Davo Jerry, Debra Emanuela, Dumont Pearl Honam, Bologan Charlotte, Glakpe Emilia, Hagan Christiana Efwa, Hanyabu Sharon, Hayford Patricia, Hudson Joyce Efwa, Jack Beruk Stephen Yentika, Kaniel Mary Rose, Kese Cecilia Ejewa, Connie Alberta, Kuse Josephine Emefa, Kwao Benafu, Kwao Bernard, Lale Francis Kwabna, Lecha Alice, Mahama Habib, Maunjo Daniel, Mante Docas, Menu Millicent, Mensa Andrews, Mensa Eunice, Menunye Pearl, Nigmag Henry, Nimbilkan Joshua, Nyako Rahel, Young Matthew, Obin Emilia, Odoy Aminatu, Ofe Benis, Ochri Emmanuel, Onoma Susanna, Owusu Bless, Owusu Ansa Linda, Provinkle, Beatrice, Portia, Obushi, Kwansa Nicholas, Saka Babra, Salifu Mohammed, Sama Jamila, Sedu Yahuda, Samba Linda, Sedu Razak, Sonlayen Judith, Tamaklo Priscilla, Tanihu Abigail Ba, Tinkran Abigail, Tete Grace, Tigaoti Jacqueline, Tobo Janet, Chikpo Patience, Zule Charles. Thank you.
My Lord Chair, with your permission, I would like to invite the Dean of the School of Medicine, Professor Frank Edwin, to present the candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for the award of degrees.
Will the graduating candidates of the School of Medicine please stand and remain standing? Chairman of Council, I have the honor and privilege to present to you graduates of the School of Medicine who have fulfilled the requirements for the award of a bachelor degree to be admitted to the said degrees of the University of Health and Allied Sciences.
By the authority conferred on me as the Chairman of Council, I, Justice Victor Jones Mawulom Doche, formally admit you to the respective degrees of the University of Health and Allied Sciences, School of Medicine, Aiko.
Bachelor of Physician Assistantship Clinical, Akosa Emanuela Yeboah, Alphonse Phoebe Benedicta, Arthur David, Boame Emmanuel Kwaku, Fiabwe Emanuela Mawupemo, Nuchiga Priscilla, Yusuf Aisha.
Chairman of Council, last but not the least is the School of Public Health, and I would like to call on the Dean of the School of Public Health, Professor Paul Amuna, to present the candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for the award of degrees.
Will the graduating candidates of the School of Public Health please stand and remain standing? Chairman of Council, I have the honor and privilege to present to you the graduating candidates of the School of Public Health who have fulfilled the requirements for the award of bachelor's degrees to be admitted to the said degrees of the University of Health and Allied Sciences.
By the authority conferred on me as the Chairman of Council, I, Justice Victor Jones Mawulom Doche, formally admit you to the respective degrees of the University of Health and Allied Sciences, School of Public Health, Aiko.
Bachelor of Public Health Disease Control, Abdallah Mohammed Akolo, Abdul Kadir Inusa, Achiampong Isaac, Adai Florence Osu, Ajay Simon Ifa, Edu Asari Terry, Afu Philomena, Agode Richmond Ferguson, Akampa Abadai Emmanuel Awonanya, Akasreku Emmanuel, Ako Ebenezer Paddy, Al-Hassan Mohammed Nai, Ali Umar, Alidu Shaibanu, Amankwa Clement, Amele Nandi Ama Yaira, Anagnene Robert Abaya, Amwa Angel Ajo, Ansa Joanna Ajewa, Entry Sewa Rebecca, Apialete Christine Emily, Asokrini Akentogra Lydia, Asomataku Rogin, Asomeni Emmanuel, Atakura Prince Pepra, Ewachi Herman Yara, Azad Donatus Idana, Barozi Goziel, Bedu Felix, Bachiairi Cosmos, Bachiairi Cosmas, Basiru Abdul Latif, Bequin Ernest, Blame Wisdom, Boatin Isaac Kwabena, Bob Toya Hajara Sulimana, Bonfe Hereford Kra, Boche Albert Nelson, Shefu Emmanuel Kwame, Dansu Dominic, Albert Kwabena, Dinko Albert Sugru, Dito Justina Bompana, Gisem Patrick Elom, Doji Jifa Manuela, Donko Kingsley, Jitri Ephraim Maunya, Eden Bennett Boutros, Yamwa Emmanuel, Ehe Samson, Fuseini Moro, Jiga Samuel, Haruna Isaka, Jeboni Kofi, Tete Jessica Ashiaki, Kasim Jamui, Keteku Janet Jejom, Konto Anthony, Kurantin Charlotte, Koto Dinah, Bokboya Wisdom, Kui Alice, Lamte, Shemelea Na, Leta Peter Kipo, Mahama Rashida, Miaweamini Rita Mainu, Mensa Mary, Michael Enchiwa, Mieza Robert, Mumuni Mohammed, Nukbenu Samuel Kobla, Nyamata Vera Hwese, Nyami Prince, Nyani George Kofi, Obuba Stephen Kwame, Ofori Samuel, Opoku Boatin Erica, Oseyeboa Francis, Osman Ibrahim, Owusu Edward, Kofi, Piwi Samson Beturi, Ajonu Prince, Kwashi Noble, Seidu Mohammed, Tasagina Charity, Tembila Emmanuel, Tete Clement, Tizoli Benjamin Na Fa, Chikata Theophilus Kofi, Chumesi Samuel Ampofo. Bachelor of Public Health Environmental Health, Adeleke Benjamin Kasali, Ameko Innocent, Muniru Danjuma Idatu, Ofori Ebua Stephen, Senior Jawohimina, Swali Jaja 2. Bachelor of Public Health, Health Information, Abdul Issa Bayo, Abdul Raham Abdullahi, Abuasu Salifu Jumo, Ado Samson Komla, Edu Bismarck Ajepon, Efrie Kojo Nyano, Akolgo Cynthia Muoma, Alale Abraham, Andonu Amos, Anoba Nicholas, Asasi Judith, Bahara Godfred, Benya Ebenezer Ebo, Daku Richard Manukri, Dogbe Dennis Malin Holali, Donku Johnson, Doche Oliver, Germain Jessa Edem, Guri Ali, Inusa Sally, Klu Emmanuel, Lanza Gabriel Esuma, Lugutua Martin Badagna, Manford Isaac, Ninkpe Amalia Nab, No Francis Kuba Bara, Nyamata Eri Selom, Okran Isaac, Odonko Pamela Aniko, Opoku Ajwa Amankwa, Ose Emmanuel, Kwenu Patrick, Rosemary Lawe, Safo Bright, Seidu Baba Sedik, Tenguin James, Tete Faustina, and Umar Yaso. Bachelor of Public Health, Health Promotion, Abdul Munin Mohammed. Abuano Anita Efrie, Ado Mavis Kesiwa, Ajay Isaac Prince, Akpanya Jimaima, Akudugu Felix, Amegago Raphael, Anaman Stephen, Anani Christopher, Enim Jessica, Ankra Audrey Amanua, Apa Rosemond, Aishu Christiana, Don Gloomy, Kanyeri Patience, Jojoji Pell, Frimpong James, Fuseni Solihu, Bintang Tobo Edwina, Nate Emmanuel Tete, Nyana Joseph Kula, Oforiata Vida, Osman Ahaji, Seidu Ayatollah, Techi Isaac Asari, Wu Mary Margaret. Bachelor of Public Health, Mental Health. Abambire Augustine, Ajate Nicholas, Efrie Eric, Akanchi Christopher, Akurigo, Akanyim Robert, Awinyuri, Akonyiram Samuel, Enin Ernestina Dufie, Entry Gifty Konedu, Asa Maxwell, Asa Bisba Solomon Atia, Atokontaba Akambase, Ayamga Daniel Anafo, Bachiri Richard, Bankale Morris Ali, Barikisu Lucina, Bio Jody Yeboah, Dari Moses Sonyer, Fant Combian, Limankip, Hoji Cynthia, Hogba Stella Emefa, Isa Abdul Latif, Larry Japion Stephen, Nkrumah Edward, Uswa Millicent, Sadia Salifu, Salia Samson Kanyeri, Sule Mohammed, Vitasi Grace Metamon, Yemi Bernard. Bachelor of Public Health Nutrition, Adanu Margaret, Eduse Graham, Akakpo Peace Love God's Way, Akwaku Dorcas Asantiwa, Hassan Mohammed Dauda, Ali Sebastian, Amata Karim Tabasiten, Da Amponsa Baku Ama, Ansori Isaac Monley, Entry Frank Apia Josephine Edubafo, Apia Kate Ativo Pearl Serafina, Atris Yesuto, Ewa Deborah Apietua, Bankas Florence, Bacha Catherine Padiki, Boachi Daniel Adai, Dieka Abubakari Nyakiri, De Enam Amen. Efa Beatrice, Gau Theodora Sefako, Isifu Shaibu, Kashifa Isa, Kofija Magdalene Abra, Bo Walter Yao, Mensa Idam Abigail Kekeli, Ntosu Matilda Brown Anenya, Nto Rosina Sika, Nyako Compson Rich Love Ama, Ofosu Angela, Opoku Angelina, Ofosu Angelina, Opoku Angela, Opoku Seth, Pencil Rita Linda, Kwashi Abigail Araba Sechiwa, Saibu Sekina, Sony Job Yimika, Suogo Yeri Augustine Ben, Tewia Jasa Godwin Mau Tuene, Tewia Jasa Godwin Mau Toewu, Tete Robert Elinam, Yoki Stephanie Baba, Yusuf Abu Bakari. We now move on to a special presentation. We are recognizing our posthumous students in the name of La Moses Ali deceased and Mohammed Ishaq deceased. The wife of La Moses is in our midst and she will pick the award on behalf of the husband. Thank you for coming. The second person is watching from home. Thank you very much.
Congratulations to our graduates. Shall we give all of them a hand of applause? And I thank you for your patience for this particular segment. My Lord Chair, we have a valedictorian who will present us with a speech. He's called Bright Numado. Bright is currently practicing as a licensed nurse at Karachi West District Hospital in Karachi, where he has worked and has had the opportunity to head various wards to which he has been assigned. He was also the first staff member to man the newly created emergency unit. Bright is a very humble, focused, and goal-oriented person and believes that excellence is only achieved through perseverance and determination. He also believes in teamwork and community building, doing the right things today and reaping the benefits tomorrow. To support this outlook, he came up with this quote: "Every next step determines the next puzzle, and its framework and consequently draws your path of life." The rest of Mr. Bright Numado's story is in our brochure, page 24, and I believe you can read it for yourself. Bright graduated with a GPA of 3.83. And we consider that as an achievement, bearing in mind the nature of the sandwich program. It is hot, it is very hot. So if somebody gets a 3.83, we think that it deserves another round of applause. Shall we welcome Mr. Bright Numado, the valedictorian, to present his speech?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Even though Togbe said it already, I would like to reiterate for emphasis. Psalm 118 verse 24. This is the day the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. The chairman of the University Council, the guest speaker, the special guest of honor, the vice chancellor, the pro-vice chancellor, the registrar, the deans and directors, faculty and staff, my fellow members of the graduating class of 2022, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, all protocols observed. I'm highly honored to be here delivering a valedictory speech for the second session of the 6th Congregation of this fairly new Bajans University, the University of Health and Allied Sciences. Whilst researching for my speech, I chanced upon this video on YouTube. It compares applying to a university to proposing to a woman. It goes like this. You see this pretty lady that you like, so you're willing to do anything to get her. In this case, the pretty lady, in our case, the pretty lady is the University of Health and Allied Sciences. You then approach her, pouring out your heart. She then says, give me 4 months and I'll get back to you. Your jaw drops. And this is comparable to when you apply and then they wait for some months for a response to you. But unknown to this, you have a backup plan. You have proposed to several other women just in case she comes back and says no. In that case, you're already sorted. However, for a long period of time, that first lady or that lady will remain your first choice, your most preferred choice, your missed chance. Luckily for most of us sitting here, we can say our first choice, the University of Health and Allied Sciences, did not disappoint us. The simple fact that we are all seated here today shows that we have also lived up to her expectations. To my fellow graduates, I say congratulations, we made it. We are grateful to God for seeing us through this period of studies that was hectic, demanding, full of self-denials, requiring absolute discipline, planning, intrinsic and extrinsic motivation to be able to reach this far at this juncture of our academic and professional life. We started this UHAS journey during the peak of COVID-19. Academic life was no longer the usual thing we knew, but a new way of life emerged. It was the period most of us have to learn how to use new computer softwares like the Zoom and then the learning management system. Due to the pandemic, our orientation was held through Zoom. It was there I heard the dean of the School of Nursing and Midwifery mention to us, they say UHAS is a precious school. After spending a couple of years within the 4 walls of this university, all I can say is, boy, she did not lie. Then again, it was a positive pressure that imperatively brought the best out of us. We capitalized on the challenges we experienced to discover new ways of solving problems and how to think outside of the box. We were made stronger and much more resilient to handle greater challenges and become agents of change and ambassadors of this university. Learning through a completely new digital system which we were not used to was not a preferred option for most of us. Experience the social and academic life and on-campus experience a university of this nature offers. Despite having a couple of face-to-face sessions on campus, which we did enjoy so much, we did not experience enough of these interactions and socialization due to the dictates of COVID-19 restrictions, leading to new innovative ways of teaching and learning. In addition to that, trying to adjust our phones and laptops to achieve that perfect position to catch those 3 network bars to ensure smooth streams of lecturing sessions did not make things any easier for some of us. I vividly remember this particular incident where Andy, the public health course rep, the top public health course rep, was in the middle of asking a question during one of the orientation sessions held through Zoom. All of a sudden, we started hearing tick, 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 tick. You know that Zoom guitar sound, right? Due to bad network. Some of us even suggested he climb the nearest tree. The cost of network data even made it worse. I could, however, go on and talk more about the negative impacts of COVID-19 and other difficulties we faced during the period of our education in this institution. But I bet I'll be the only one left in this auditorium by the time I'm done. Perhaps the pandemic and other difficulties were education in themselves to us all. They toughened us and made us much more prepared for the management of other life situations. In all, we came, we feared, but we conquered. Thank you. UHAS is a great university with the right caliber of lecturers and administrators. I remember my study mate always tells me this. As for UHAS, they teach you. Our lecturers have always been on point and well prepared for every lecture. My colleagues and I appreciate and love the immense blend of practical and academic knowledge they possess and imparted into us. We thank the university for these excellent lectures they have provided to guide us throughout. We are all here today as evidence of that guidance and training. Personally, I want to specially acknowledge Mr. John Akutiakuma and Dr. Peter Datara for their immense contributions towards our training and education here. God richly bless you, sirs. One thing I have also learned in this school that will stay with me forever is the importance of building positive relationships and networks. I stand here today as a valedictorian, not because of my efforts alone, but because I was fortunate to have friends, classmates, course-mates, schoolmates who were willing to sacrifice their time and energy at their own expense. It is because I have friends who will not miss a chance to disturb my sleep, just so we can learn over the phone through conference call, even if it costs them talk time. Those joint classes which brought together friends from public and in midwifery classes will forever remain in memory, even though they meant we had to struggle for chairs and suitable positions. These people will never understand the gravity of the impact they have had on my education and on my life as a whole. To that I say, God replenish everything lost and empower them in multiple folds. I would like to especially thank the course reps of the nursing top-up class, Ms. Maria Masampa, and Mr. Evans Naja, and the class secretary, Ms. Hannah Abrokwa. The course reps of the midwifery top-up class, Madam Benedicta Jiche and Madam Sandra Tony. The course reps of the public health top-up class, Mr. Andrew Opon and Mr. Habib Mahama. And the other course reps of the various classes. My special group mates and learning partners, Abigail Nana Enchiwa and Antoinette Amanfu, cannot go without a mention for their troubles. Sister Ruth's son, Ethan, aka Degree, cannot also be forgotten. He was a stout member of the class, even though he was just about a year. We also appreciate the efforts of our families for all the support just to ensure we close this chapter successfully. You were strong pillars that propelled us this far, and without you, this achievement would not have been possible. On that tangent, I personally would like to thank my parents, Mr. Emmanuel Numado and Mrs. Charity Numado, my brothers and sisters, especially Jennifer and her husband, Mark and Mabel, my uncles and aunts, including Superintendent Francis Numado, the Municipal Police Commander of Sunyani, for the special roles they played in my education. I'm very grateful to my lady, Bernice, and my son, Giovanni, who also provided special sources of inspiration that energized me to even do better. We are also grateful to the deans of the various schools, especially the dean of the School of Nursing and Midwifery, Professor Ernestina Donko. As she has taught me a special lesson I will always remember that she might have forgotten. It is about honesty. My appreciation also goes to all faculty members, the various heads of departments, and all staff who, in one way or the other, helped us. My heartfelt gratitude also goes to the medical superintendents and directors of the various hospitals, the nurse managers, and the hospital administrators for allowing us the opportunity to come to school again and improve upon our knowledge, skills, and attitude. Before I end my speech, I would like to share something with you about fear. My parents feared during the delivery process of my birth because something might go wrong. I feared when I had to move from one school to another during my early days of education. I feared when I had to move from my town to a new town to pursue my senior high school education. I feared when I posted my application to this university because I might be rejected. I feared each time we were about to take a test, a quiz, or an exam. But in all this, one thing I did not do was stop moving forward. I always find a way around it. Not because I'm special, but because all of us have the capabilities to overcome all circumstances we face in our lives. The only thing most of the time that we do is underestimate ourselves and these capabilities. Fear is just a figment of our imagination, and this statement cannot be truer. It's all in your head. Fear is just a symptom we experience whenever we venture into uncharted territories, a sign of new things to come. We must therefore eschew fear and have hope and courage that we can make it. As we are about to leave this campus into life, put away fear and positively embrace life with confidence. Let the fear of failure rather spur you on to be the best. Do not let fear stop you. If there's one thing that we have learned during our period of stay in this university, and also a line from Jay-Z's Empire State of Mind, It is that if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Congratulations once again, graduates. Long live the graduating class of 2022. Long live UHAS. Long live Ghana. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Shall we do it again for him? We will now invite our Pro Vice Chancellor to take care of the award of academic prizes. Professor Harry Tagbo.
Thank you very much, Madam Registrar. Chairman of Council, members of Council, Togbio, Mamao, ladies and gentlemen. We will now award prizes to deserving graduates. And the prize is made up of a plaque, a book, and a patch. And so they are drawn from two schools, School of Nursing and Midwifery and the School of Public Health. The first prize is the University of Health and Allied Sciences Prize for the outstanding graduating students in Bachelor of Nursing Sandwich Program. This is sponsored by UHAS, and the recipient is Mr. Bright Numado. It will be presented to him by the Dean of the School of Nursing and Midwifery. Prof. The next prize is the University of Health and Allied Sciences Prize for the outstanding graduating student in Bachelor of Public Health Nursing Sandwich Program. And this is also sponsored by the University of Health and Allied Sciences. The recipient is Patience Agbate. The next prize is the Victoria Aduoji Akufo Prize for the outstanding graduating student in Bachelor of Midwifery Sandwich Program. The sponsor is Her Excellency Senasian Boatin, and the recipient is Faith Theresa Azuma Blagoza. All of them had GPA of 3.5 or more. Thank you very much, Dean. We move now to the School of Public Health. And the first prize is the University of Health and Allied Sciences Prize for the outstanding graduating student in Public Health Nutrition Option. And it's also sponsored by UHAS. The recipient is Shaibu Isifu. We'll call upon the Dean of the school to make the presentation. Thank you very much. The next prize is the University of Health and Allied Sciences Prize for the outstanding student in Bachelor of Public Health Disease Control option. Sponsored by UHAS. The recipient is Simon Efa Ajay. The next prize thank you very much. The next prize is the University of Health and Allied Sciences Prize for the outstanding graduating student in Bachelor of Public Health, Health Information option. And the winner is Amos Andunu. I understand he is not here, so call on the school officer to come and receive on his behalf. Thank you very much, Mr. Dean. Thank you. I'll now call on Professor Cho to come and make the next presentations. So the next prize is the University of Health and Allied Sciences Prize for the best graduating student in Bachelor of Public Health, Health Promotion option. And the recipient is Raphael Amagango. The next prize is the University of Health and Allied Sciences Prize for the best graduating student in Bachelor of Public Health, Environmental Health option. And this goes to Stephen Ofori Yebua. The next prize is the University of Health and Allied Sciences Prize for the best graduating student in Bachelor of Public Health, Mental Health. And the recipient is Judy Yebua Bio. Judy Yebua Bio. Is she around? Thank you very much, Professor Soto. The next prize is the Professor John Evans Atta Mills Prize for the overall outstanding graduating student, sandwich student. This prize is sponsored by the John Evans Atta Mills Memorial Heritage. It will be presented by Honorable Alex Segbafia. Please. And the recipient is Bright Numado. Thank you very much, Honorable Segbafia. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's applaud all our award winners once more. There are cash prizes attached to the prize, and the checks are with me. So you'll see me afterwards. If you like to, you can just leave them behind. So it will come later. We'll see the Director of Academic Affairs and the Pro-Vice Chancellor, and we'll arrange for the cash to be delivered to you. My Lord Chair, all too soon, we are getting to the end of our program. I want to thank all of you for your patience, for sitting throughout the program, and for our students too for making the program very exciting. I want to take this opportunity to thank all of you. I know there were many people right from Thursday to yesterday and to this morning. Many people have been in our midst, and the list is endless. We want to thank all of you. Our Regional Director of Education, Mrs. Enyonam Amefuga, the big entourage that supported our eminent speaker, Dr. Siao Jepong, our former members of council, our member of parliament, Mr. Koku Anyidoho, who took us throughout the float. He was in the front. There was a doctor behind and looking at us and wondering if we will make it or not. But we did make it. We also want to thank our former officers, Mr. Kofi Siabin Mensah, our former chairman of council, Professor Anyidoho, our founding VC, Professor Fred Newton Binka, and all the other council members that are present. We want to thank Togbeo and Mamao for being with us. Our council members, thank you for being here. Our deans of schools and directors, thank you also for the time that you have spent here. Convocation, thank you so much. I wish to acknowledge specially the role of our 10th Anniversary Planning Committee, as well as the Congregation Planning Committee. We want to thank all those who did all the little things that culminated into this beautiful ceremony that we have witnessed. For me, the order is what I am very much interested in. Our life is orderly. UHAS is orderly. So everything about us is orderly. I think you can give us a hand for that. I want to thank the University Choir for the tremendous job they have done by leading us throughout this. I wish to acknowledge Mrs. Florence Labi also, Mrs. Gloria Opoku, Sophia Kujoji, and all these are, I understand, are directors from the Jospun group of companies that I'll be joining very soon. So I'm doing the networking. VCG, Mr. Hadi Imoro, has always been present with us, and we thank him. Mr. Lodwick Akpene Hloji, former presidential aide to President Mills, you are welcome, sir. Thank you for being in our presence this morning. The first dean of the School of Basic and Biomedical Sciences, Professor Ajaku, and also Professor Peter Ataja, he was also a former dean. And all these people are in our midst this morning. I've mentioned our Member of Parliament already, and he's duly acknowledged. Forgive me if I cannot cater for everybody. I recognize the wife of our former chairman to Mrs. Professor Akosia Anyidoho. There are a few announcements to be made. I understand all senior members are going to the foyer of the library where we normally go. Council chamber will be for our invited guests. Please don't be in a hurry to go away. All of the invited guests are invited to our council chamber. The students will be catered for in the basement and of the CD auditorium. And a group of us also will be going to the VC's residence. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't hear your name, it means that you are not part of the refreshments. But don't be worried. Yes. Right from here, we'll be moving to the North Campus, where the new hostel is. And we will be joined by Togbi Kotoku to help with the unveiling of the plaque for the hall. And so, Togbi Mama, we will request you to join us at that venue also. Thank you so much for being such a good audience. Please clap for yourselves. We have transportation arrangements also ready. All the guests who don't know the various places we are going to can join us. We will give the details as we go out. Per the procedure for graduation, after the vote of thanks that I've just done, Chairman of Council will come and dissolve congregation. We will have a closing prayer. I want to put on the spot one of our council members, Mr. Courage Meteku, to come and do the closing prayer for us after the dissolution of the congregation. We will do a UHAS anthem standing up, and then council procession will recess, after which we can all go and the students can go and jubilate. Thank you very much for the opportunity to steer this function. And I wish you all a pleasant time and safe journey to your various destinations. Thank you so much.
This gown is different from the gown I'm used to wear all the time, so bear with me. I would have gone straight to dissolve the congregation, but I take this opportunity to congratulate the registrar. I think today her performance has been 120%. I don't know if it is because it's possibly the last one, that is why she has displayed so high skills today. Congratulations. And I just want to reiterate the fact that when you put everything in God's hands, you definitely put God's hands in everything that you do, to signify one of the two things Dr. Siao Ajepong spoke about. Now to the dissolution of this congregation. And now, by the powers vested in me as the Chairman of Council of the University of Health and Allied Sciences, I, Justice Victor Jones Mawulom Doche, do hereby declare this assembly of the 6th Congregation duly dissolved. Thank you.
Shall we bow down our heads in prayer? To God be the glory, great things he has done, and greater things he will do. Lord God, it is true that you are the Alpha and the Omega, the God that determines the end from the beginning. We started the program by asking for your presence to be with us. This you have faithfully done, seeing to it that the program had been a success. We cannot do without you. So once again, we commit our lives into your care. The university is in your hands. Anything that is entrusted into your care, nobody can destroy. So preserve us. Even as we'll be returning to our various destinations, we still pray for travel mercies. Carry us upon the wings of the angels, that none of us will hit our foot against stone. Let it be with us well, that at the end of all, Lord God, we will say Ebenezer and thank you. Amen and amen.
1, 2.
Hello. You are refreshing yourselves. Let's allow convocation and invited guests to proceed to the foyer of the council chamber. We will take a group photograph there. And so our invited guests with convocation and council will be taking a photograph there. Student, now graduates, congratulations. You can now go and refresh yourselves.
Yesu beba. Opesa nabo.